The Joey's Mini World Cup, a tournament so unique and like no other in Australia. A cup that caters for all levels of football in an all-week celebration of the greatest game on earth. Preparations start early, the calm before the storm. The town is prepared for the over 2,000 visitors to call Inverell home for almost a week. The Joey's Mini World Cup draw is an eagerly awaited event on the sports calendar. The draw is done a fortnight before the cup kicks off, and the teams are drawn to represent the teams that played at the previous FIFA World Cup.
Daddy went away. He said, try to be a man, and someday you'll understand. Push up, Holland!
Inverell is ready to host the football family, embracing teams from Australia and around the globe to decide the Joey's Mini World Cup champions in 5 playing categories. It is a time to make friends. It is a time where dreams come true. And it is a time to shine. What team will be crowned the new Joey's Mini World Cup champion by the end of the week? What 4 players will go on for a fully paid 30-day coaching and playing football tour to Germany? Who will be the 36 players that are chosen to go on the same tour, receiving a subsidy for their playing efforts during this year's Cup? After the group stages are played on Monday and Tuesday, the teams enjoy a rest day on Wednesday. It is a day of enjoying new friends and exploring together all of what is on offer in the town and its beautiful surrounds. Kayaking with Joey's adventure tours across Lake Inverell and up the McIntyre River has become for many an annual event, as seen here with the team from Germany and the cast of the music extravaganza. After a fun-filled day on the water, the Inverell Town Hall hosted an amazingly diverse array of stars under the musical arrangement of director Chris Richter, including singer-songwriter Melanie Dyer, the Voice Australia contestant Megan Longhurst, Brother Fox, the incredible voices of Peter Caddy and Josh Cunningham, the emerging young singer Jasmine Richter, and Sally Sanderson with her band bringing the house down with their final performance.
Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that does bring our program to a close. Those of you who are playing a game tomorrow, or games, all the very best of luck. I hope you go very, very well. I hope everything goes your way. In the meantime...
The tournament has now entered the final 2 days that will decide this year's winners. The games are played on 7 full-size grass fields and 2 7-a-side artificial fields. This allows catering for a tournament that hosted 42 teams this year. Inverell prides itself boasting excellent sporting facilities with several extra fields on hand to allow for an increase of teams that can compete at future Joey's Mini World Cups. After more than 120 hard-fought matches by closely matched teams, it now comes to the end of the 6th Joey's Mini World Cup. The Northern Inland Football referees, in conjunction with Northern New South Wales Football, have used this year's tournament as a development opportunity for match officials and successfully held a development camp for match officials during the Joey's Mini World Cup. The initiative was sponsored by the Joey's Mini World Cup and has greatly contributed to the very successful running of this year's Cup. The work on the 2016 Cup has already started, with New Zealand the defending women's champions and 4 times winners returning for a 5th time next year. The German under-15s team will also be back again in 2016, after a brilliant showing this year. The German under-17s team won the Cup in 2013 and 2014. Now the under-15s have set their eyes on the trophy for 2016. The participation of Brighter Access and sponsorship to the Cup has ensured that the special needs teams and the inclusion of special needs players in the under-9s are a permanent part of the next Joey's Mini World Cup. Rally Rasic, a Socceroo and FIFA World Cup coach and patron of the tournament, will also be back in 2016 and will travel with this year's winners to Germany in June 2016. The godfather of Australian football has stated that the Joey's Mini World Cup is one of the best run competitions he has seen anywhere and has opened up possibilities and opportunities for young players second to none. The Joey's Mini World Cup provides a subsidised Explore Australia tour to the overseas teams, a chance for the visitors to get to know some of the most iconic landmarks of this great country.
I'd like to thank Heinrich for putting on the carnival, and I'd like to thank our coaches and the boys for playing well, and I'd just like to thank everyone for coming down and making the week. Thank the groundsman and especially Heinrich for making this all possible, the canteen staff, all the team, especially Josh Harvey in the last game, he really gave it to us and we got like this.
Noah Jackman of Toowoomba Grammar is winning a trip to Germany worth $7,500.
Copetown Dam is almost 3 times the size of Sydney Harbour when full and is surrounded by recreation areas. The dam is situated southwest of Inverell. Copetown Dam offers a wide variety of activities such as sailing, windsurfing, boating, water skiing, fishing and swimming, while the bushwalker can enjoy unusual geological formations, lake and mountain views and a wide variety of wild and plant life. A 5-hour trip from Inverell to Lightning Ridge will get you to one of Australia's most renowned outback towns. Known for the famous Black Opal, the hot artesian ball baths, and its 45+ temperatures in summer, this is the place to see when you visit Australia.
Happy birthday to you.
The underground opal mine, the Chambers of the Black Hand Gallery, is an amazing place to see.
Also ein Stück, was selbst gegraben hat. Did you file this?
No, I hit it with a pick when I was digging, and that bit came off, and I sold the other bit.
Yeah.
700 solche Arbeiten von einem Mann wurden die gemacht.
1998 he started
1998 hat begonnen damit.
as a hobby.
Das war sein Hobby.
The hobby got out of hand.
Ron Canlon created this amazing art gallery at Chambers of the Black Hand. 11 metres underground, you find hundreds of images carved in the sandstone walls and pillars.
Here it's 20 metre here, and sandstone roof, and opal dirt on the walls. The opal occurred up here, look, up here.
Da wurde Opal
there.
abgebaut.
And there.
Von dem Punkt, den
That's
jetzt
opal,
zeigt.
there.
Ja.
But Australian opal you find in Queensland, Yawa nuts, Lightning Ridge seam knobbies, Grawin 75 kilometres away, seam opal, and White Cliffs in Cooper PD, seam opal, but white milky opal. Seam opal here, and it run across underneath the roof, you see shining in dirt, and stick to roof as well. Over here, we have black knobbies. That's one out of my mind. There's one there, there's one there, here's another one. That's a red on black. That's $1,000. Yeah, see, it's not hard to. Okay? In Cooper PD it had more trouble.
More trouble.
Yeah, different. Oh, hang on. There's a soccer team on the roof.
A trip to the ridge would not be complete without a visit to the Artesian Bull Baths. At the end of a long day travelling and exploring, there is nothing quite as therapeutic as a long soak in the naturally heated thermal baths. We allowed the water to soothe our aches while we gazed at the starry night sky, enjoying the serenity of this magical place. We are on our way to the Blue Mountains, the place of ancient landscapes, towering golden-hued stone escarpments, crashing waterfalls and magnificent eucalyptus trees, all set amongst inspirational panoramas that will take your breath away. Here at Katoomba, located at Echo Point, we find the Three Sisters, one of the Blue Mountains' most spectacular landmarks. You just have to stop to soak in the atmosphere of this ancient site that has towered over the Jamison Valley for many a year. It's not all holiday for the German team. The daily fitness training still takes place in order for the team to be competitive when play resumes straight after returning to Germany. The Wentworth Falls are located in the Blue Mountains National Park. It is a spectacular waterfall with magnificent views. The Jamison Creek drops over the rocks and plunges 297 metres over the upper and lower falls into the large pool before flowing down the creek into the Valley of the Waters. We are following the walking track from Conservation Hut, exploring the magical upper section of the Valley of the Waters in Jamison Valley at the Blue Mountains National Park. Past scenic waterfalls and valley views, as well as magnificent open forests and dense rainforest, we get to the Empress Lookout before the water plunges deep into the valley. It's here where the eucalypts and Angophorus give way to lush fern trees and moss-covered rocks. Everywhere you look there's water, from a gentle splashing of a creek to the dull roar of cascading waterfalls. The pool beneath Wentworth Falls is the perfect spot to rest before the long climb up to the Wentworth Falls picnic area.
Ja, es war wunderschön, waren zwar sehr viele Treppen, die wir steigen mussten und bergab mussten wir auch laufen, aber was wir gesehen haben, das kann man eigentlich nicht mit Worten beschreiben, das kann man auch nicht mit Fotos beschreiben, das muss man einfach live erlebt haben. Und ich würde jeden einladen, so eine Tour mal mitzumachen. War wunderbar.
After a well-deserved lunch, we leave the pristine area of sandstone, waterfalls, eucalyptus and rainforests. We travel towards another landmark of the Australian continent. Sydney, located on the east coast of Australia, surrounds the world's largest harbour and is a must-see destination for any overseas visitor. The capital of New South Wales and Australia's largest city, Sydney is best known for its harbourfront opera house with the distinctive sail-like design. The massive Darling Harbour and Circular Quay, the hubs of waterside life, with the towering arched harbour bridge nearby. Neighbouring the bridge and Opera House, we found the magnificent, beautiful Royal Botanical Gardens, welcoming us to one of the most beautiful cities in the world. The Sydney Sea Life Aquarium is located in the heart of Sydney at Darling Harbour. We are taken on a journey of amazing discovery. 14 newly themed zones, including Tropical Bay of Rays, Discovery Rock Pool, Mangrove Swamps, South Coast Shipwreck, Dugong Island, Shark Walk and the stunning new Ocean Tunnel walkthrough, plus Shark Valley are all there for us to discover. The Sydney Sea Life Aquarium is one of the world's largest aquariums, with over 700 different species and 13,000 animals in an impressive 6 million litres of water. Training alongside one of the world's most famous beaches, Bondi Beach is a joy, despite Matthias Koenig taking you on one of his feared early morning fitness runs. The Royal Botanical Gardens Sydney is an oasis of 30 hectares in the heart of the city. Wrapped around Farm Cove at the edge of Sydney Harbour, the gardens occupy one of Sydney's most spectacular positions and provide us with some of the most picturesque views of the Sydney Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. The Sydney Opera House is Australia's most recognisable building and is an icon of Australia's creative and technical achievement known worldwide. Coming from the Botanical Gardens, we took the walkway to Circular Quay that leads to the Sydney Opera House. Here again, we are provided with the most stunning views of the harbour and the city. Another short walk along lovely landscaped walkways took us to the Harbour Bridge and the Rocks, one of the oldest, most attractive and most interesting parts of Sydney. A view from Sydney Harbour Bridge onto Sydney Harbour. The harbour is regarded as one of the most beautiful natural harbours in the world. With more than 240 kilometres of shoreline and meandering waterways, it is worth the several hundreds of steps you have to climb first to be able to enjoy this magnificent view. trip to Watson's Bay on one of Sydney's ferries provides more harbour scenery, and with a beautiful sunset, we end a very enjoyable day in Sydney. Bondi Beach, that's where we spend our last day in Sydney, a day full of fun and play. Bondi Beach is home to one of the world's oldest surf lifesaving clubs. The beautiful beach is the closest beach to the Sydney city centre. With the bright sunny days you get in Sydney, the beach is even enjoyable on winter days. 1 kilometre of sand attracts more than 40,000 visitors on a typical summer weekend. Good surf, a great coast to walk and plenty of restaurants and nightlife provide the visitors with plenty to do. We leave our Bondi accommodation and travel to the Sydney airport.
Thank you, dear bus driver. Thank you, dear bus driver. Thank you, dear bus driver.
Goodbye. See you next year at the 2016 Joey's Mini World Cup, where the town of Inverell will welcome you again to another celebration of the round ball game, and where you can live your dream.